Alright, I wanted to make this quick video before this maintenance was done because I genuinely want to stress this as the potential biggest update that Fanpara has had in the last year and 4 months or 5 months. I think 5 months. So this update is bringing 20 new tower floors, and I really do think that it's important to talk about because it's 20 fucking floors. Okay, that's the biggest update of difficult content that we've had in this game. Because if we really think about it, for the first 50 floors, that for JP at least, was when HI was out. If you had the HI units, you were able to clear most of the early floors. I would not say 20 of the floors were difficult. Then for Stanny, 10 floors, and now 20 floors. This is the most floors we could say as difficult content, quote unquote. Now, I do want to stress this because for the next week, we're going to be doing a lot of testing. I'm going to be having a lot of videos surrounded around this. We might see some units become way better, but why I'm making this is specifically due to global. You might wonder why exactly global. Well, let's talk about it right now. So it's coming out, I think 2 a.m. EST, Monday, April 21st. So for me on my clock, that would be in 6 hours from now, and it would be 61 to 80. One thing I do hope is we get more cubes, like 500 per stage, but it's Sumzap, it's Billy. We know that's not happening. I don't even need to dream about it. It's not happening. Okay, it's gonna stay at 300. Is what it is. So 20 floors, like I said, these should be very difficult. My guess, at least, right? My guess. And one thing, and the main reason why I think it's important to acknowledge these floors is so that you guys know what to summon on next. So what I mean by that is we have a lot of big hitters. Okay, we have a lot of big hitters, right? Dwayne Gojo, Mei, Sukuna, Muta, right? And then Zonji, and then we could also count Shoko. But this doesn't even count the half-Annie units. So one thing that I think is quite important is some of these units that we're about to summon on might be better and might be worse in these upcoming floors. And I do think that catering your account, summoning on these units more for the future content is quite important. And you might be like, oh my god, you're telling us to summon for things in the future. Well, not necessarily. It's more so that the first 60 floors, you don't need any of the units upcoming. I think that you could have like an account. If you stopped playing when the hidden inventory units came out and you got Tinjo, you got Toji, right? And you stopped playing, you could have still cleared up to floor 60. And I think that's what's important to make sure that you guys understand, right? So I think these floors is what you should probably more so like kind of prepare for, quote unquote. Now, this would mean that like, okay, maybe for example, Zonji ends up being really fucking good in these floors. Maybe there's like literally like 10 floors, or well, not 10, 10 might be a bit of a push, but like 4 floors where you need like a really strong taijutsu unit, right? So I think things like this are possible, right? Things like this are definitely possible. So we kind of have to kind of be ready for that, right? The next unit's coming up, for all we know, maybe Miguel is actually going to be good now and he's not a complete zero. And as a low spender, if you got some extra cubes, and maybe you do like Miguel. I don't know. There might be someone like that out there. Maybe you do want to get this Miguel. Now, this also goes in another way that's also very important. On global, you do not have, and this one is actually quite big. Where is it? Yes. You do not have SP potential yet, right? This includes all of these units, but a couple extra, I think. Who are we missing from this? I swear we were missing someone here. I might be tweaking, I guess. Anyway, these units, right? You do not have the capabilities to really max all of these units, right? So I think that, for example, maybe, for all we fucking know, some of the more lower units, Red Maki, right, Blue Toto, end up being really good for certain floors. And I think that's just a very important thing, right? These tower floors are coming at the perfect time for global because it's before anything big happens. So it's going to let you kind of prepare for everything upcoming. And I think that's fucking amazing. So essentially, TLDR, stay tuned for the videos because this could easily change the meta big time. It could make certain units much better. It could make the SP buffs more valuable and some less valuable. And we'll have to see how that all pans out. Right, so I would say these tower floors are the most important we've gotten so far. I mean, listen, I think tower is the most appreciated content, we could say. I think that might be the word. It's the most important content in the game, and it's going to be for sure the biggest update to tower we've had yet. All right. I would not even consider the monthly tower floors. It doesn't really seem that difficult yet, so we'll have to see. This is 20 floors. That could be really fucking difficult. For 51 to 60, I would say there's like 3 floors that were really bad. Like 52, 53, and 55 were the ones that were really bad in my eyes. So hopefully we get at least like 6 to 7 that are like memorable in this set of 20. And that's going to be in around 6 hours from when you're watching this video, from the moment it's published, right? So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. But listen, we just have to see like what units in this part of the tier list, like almost all the units are more recent, okay? So like these 3 and then all of these, right? So it's like, when you consider this, it's going to definitely be good to have this in mind when you go into the half annie. Now, of course, there's not many units to summon on, but it might also, for example, this is also very important. Maybe it's going to de-incentivize or incentivize you to summon for Blue Ghetto, right? And it's not like he's a bad pickup. It's more like, is he a necessary pickup for your account? And that's what we're going to have to see. Now, why am I making this video? Because it sounds like I'm just saying one point, and it's stay tuned for the content. And I actually do think that that point is very important, because if I don't say it in a video, if I don't make it clear, everything following won't matter as much. And I wanted to give it a bit of depth, right? Because I'm not going to spend another 8 minutes in a future video going like, okay guys, you got to do this, you got to make sure to like be ready, right? So I just want to make sure that going into this, you know, the next week of content, next 2 weeks of content, next month of content is surrounded by the idea of right, the tower floors, and which units are going to be better and which units gain value. Now, this is very important because when 51 to 60 came out, Junpei became insane for a couple floors, primarily 53. So make sure you guys understand that. Now, I found this, and I think this is pretty interesting, right? Someone sent it to me in DMs. So there's a bingo. So I want to see like certain things that I personally could see from what's going to happen for tower. So these are all things that people are like, okay, maybe this might happen in tower, right, for the next floors. So DOT only floor, I could see this, especially with Jogo getting better. I could see this one. Forcefully retreat after ult. This could be interesting where like, even if you're not, like, that could be, oh wow, yeah, actually that could be really nice. Oh, okay. So like, it would force you, even if you're not like called purple, to leave after you ult. That could be really nice. Boss with high regen, win by nuke only. I could see this. They would definitely do this. Now, for this to work, they have to have like fucking 25 million HP, or else you're nuking anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sukuna on floor 80. I could see that, right? I could definitely see that. So boss rage in 20 turns instead of 40. I said that. Holy shit, I actually said that. Yeah, I could definitely see this happening. The boss rage is essentially like after 40 turns so far, they get like an insane damage boost, so you essentially die, right? No backup floor. I don't see this happening. Boss will apply random skill cooldowns to units. Momo. I think that's who sent it in. This could definitely happen. I could see it happening, and the main reason is because it exists in the game, right? Blue Maki, for example, has it on her skill 3, where she can only use it the skill 2, reusable after 3 turns, and Miguel also has it. Rewind loop mechanic, battle rewinds to turn 1. I don't see this. There's definitely going to probably be a dot immunity phase or battle for sure. Crit only floor. If they did a black flash only, I could see a crit only. Problem is critting is a lot easier, so I don't think it's going to be that difficult, but can I see it happen? Yeah. So that's just like some things to expect, right? I really do think this is going to be very difficult, and just kind of looking out for content, not even just for me, just going to the fan Discord, checking out other creators, right, like Kujira. We're all going to be hopping on this, and we're going to be checking out which units work best. We're going to find out secret shit, and whenever there's really important stuff, I will be making dedicated videos for that. So yeah, expect that coming up. Thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.